Hello and welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Tina Quinn. Tropical Cyclone Alfred is expected to move towards the southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales coastlines from tomorrow. Dozens of beaches have been closed due to extreme high tides and strong winds. The Weather Bureau's senior meteorologist Sarah Scully warns the effects will be wide-ranging.
Would include things like damaging to destructive winds, heavy to intense rainfall that may lead to life-threatening flash flooding, and coastal inundation or inundation of low-lying areas with that strong storm surge.
The system is also threatening the AFL season opener, which is due to take place in Brisbane later this week. The federal government insists its $600 million investment in urgent care clinics will ease pressure on the healthcare system. Labor is promising to build another 50 clinics if it's returned to power at the upcoming election. The College of GPs believes the money would be better spent helping existing general practitioners expand their hours. But Health Minister Mark Butler says the centres will take strain off hospitals.
These additional 50 urgent care clinics will bring to the number 137 in our total network across the country. What that will mean is that 4 out of 5 Australians live within 20 minutes drive of a Medicare urgent care clinic.
Staying in Canberra, and the Prime Minister says he will be running a positive election campaign. Anthony Albanese telling 960 Minutes the lead up to the election won't be dominated by attacks between parties.
It's not a negative campaign, it's a positive one. What I'll do is go through the policies. I want to bring Australians together. I want to lift people up, not punch down on people.
And the Albanese government is arguing that a coalition plan to build more fighter jets has been undercosted. Defence Industry Minister Pat Conroy says the $3 billion price tag does not add up. Experts are also warning that the figure could triple. Turning overseas, and the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says European leaders have agreed to boost military aid to Ukraine. Speaking after a London summit on the war, he said this would allow Kiev to negotiate a peace deal with Russia from a position of strength. Meanwhile, the global fallout from last week's disastrous meeting between Donald Trump and Ukraine's leader Volodomyr Zelensky has been swift. One of Norway's biggest fuel suppliers is refusing to refuel US Navy ships and has encouraged others to follow suit. Haltback Bunkers announced the decision on social media, saying they will not deliver any more fuel until Trump is finished. To the Middle East, and Israel has blocked all humanitarian aid going into the Gaza Strip, saying the ceasefire will only go on if Hamas continues releasing hostages immediately. The militant group says it is willing to free all remaining hostages if Israeli forces withdraw from the Strip and the ceasefire becomes permanent. The UN's humanitarian chief, Tom Fletcher, has condemned Israel's aid blockage as a violation of international law. Returning home, and a major overhaul of the Reserve Bank begins today. Interest rates will now be set by a monetary policy committee rather than the RBA board themselves. It was the key recommendation of an independent review. Updating sport, and the Panthers and the Raiders have come away with wins in the NRL's Vegas season opener. Canberra down the Warriors 30-8 before Penrith overcame a strong Sharks outfit 28-22. The Gillaroos thumped England's Lionesses 90-4 in the women's test. Australia ran in 17 tries, with England scoring just one in the 69th minute. In the A-League, the Wanderers down to Perth Glory 4-1 in the men's, while Sydney beat Brisbane 3-2 in the women's. And in the ICC Champions Trophy, India has defeated New Zealand by 44 runs to set up a semi-final clash with Australia. And to entertainment news, final preparations are underway for the Oscars, which get underway in Los Angeles later today. Australian actor Guy Pearce is in the mix for glory for his supporting role in The Brutalist, and Harrison Ford has been forced to pull out of his presenting role and will miss the event after being diagnosed with shingles. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.